welcome to the basic operations lesson. So today we shall be performing some basic operations that include addition, subtraction, then this one is for multiplication, we have division, and then this one for the remainder, right? And the data set that we're going to be looking at in the next 2 weeks or so is on machine performance, right? It's going to be on machine performance. So the variables I'm going to create are going to be named using some of the stuff that we're going to find on later on. So that just have a background on where these variables are coming from, but for our examples for today, right? So we want to perform basic operations, right? And we're going to be using our variables. So for our variables today, let's introduce some new names, right? We have one that we call runtime. We're going to have one that we call runtime. Oh, there is a runtime already there. All right. And runtime underscore hours. Runtime hours. Oh, sorry. Let me just write hours over there. And then that variable, let's assign the value, let's say 2030. Okay. And then we're going to have, you see what I was talking about? It has figured out that, okay, from this basic operation, they probably want to do this. They probably want to do that, right? But I'm just going to show them that, no, that's not what I want to do over here. Extra. We're going to add some extra hours. I want to add extra hours. So it's just going to be an addition. All right. So it has figured it out. Yes, right. So over here, let's do this. Let's just take their suggestion and just look at it as it is. So over here, we assigned 30 to runtime hours. Extra hours are assigned 10. So we want to see how we can use the operation of plus over here, addition, right? So we then create another variable, and then that variable that we create, let's name it total hours. Then total hours will be assigned runtime hours plus extra hours. So it will do this operation inside total hours, and total hours is what we're going to print out over there. So this is what they gave us. So let me just take it out. Over there, let's just look at it again. I don't want to rush because we don't want to just get it over with. We want to understand. So we have our variable runtime hours. It has the value, has been assigned the value 30, and extra hours has been assigned the value 10. We want to add these two variables, right? So when you want to add these two variables, over here we already know that the answer is going to be 40, right? When we add them, then what you have to think about is, where do you want to store that answer that you get? Because these are two separate variables, right? We have the variable 30, the variable runtime hours, and we have the variable extra hours. Where are we going to assign the answer? Where is it going to be stored, that answer? That's why over here we see that we created another variable called total hours. Over there we came in and said, okay, so I want to have another variable. I want to have a variable that will store whatever is added between runtime hours and extra hours. That's what I want to have in total hours, right? And then, so now we come in and then we say, what is total hours? Total hours will contain runtime hours plus extra hours. So let me type that over there, and then we print this. This is where it's coming from, right? And the answer is 40. And the good thing about having these variables, right, writing it using variables like this over there, is that whenever this value changes, let's say it becomes 60 or this value becomes 25, right? What's in total hours also changes, because this is looking at whatever is in runtime hours and whatever is in extra hours. So this is a good way of writing code, right? And it's better than writing it like this. Let's introduce another quote on top of another quote cell over there on top of this one. It's better than writing it, just writing it like total hours. Sorry, total. Alright, I figured out what I wanted to do over here. Okay, let's tap there. Right. This will be better than writing it like this. Over here, because you are looking at what are my runtime hours, and you found out they are 60, and what are the extra hours, you found out they are 26, and then you're like, okay, let me just add them and put them in total hour, right? Because I could come in here and replace runtime hours with an X and extra hours over here, backspace with a Y. Again, you can use a single letter. That's very fine. And I could come in here. Let me just delete that. Can we fix that? And then we can say, we can come in and say X plus. Sorry. On set is equal to X plus Y, and then we print set over there. Oh, sorry. See, you still got the answer, but who knows what you were dealing with? Nobody knows. You can actually forget yourself. Anyone who reads your code won't understand what is going on, what you're adding. We won't know what was happening. But when you get used to it, you might then resort to this. But for documentation purposes and all that, it's good to have variables that represent the values accurately, so that we don't get confused. This is why we also add comments. You might add a comment and say, let's trying to find out what this is. You can put a comment there to help you remember and all that. And another thing I wanted us to see is we might not even have to do this, right? There's so many ways of doing this. You might, when we print over here, in that print parenthesis, we can come in and put our X. Sorry. Our X, we're adding it with Y over there. We can actually work it out in here in the parenthesis. Like I said, Python will figure out the data types. And it sees that we have an X, it's being added to a Y. It would come in and try to figure out, what's the data type here? We see that they have the same data type. This is a number, this is an integer, this is an integer. Can addition be done between these two? Yes, it can. So it will work, right? Over here, we can come in and print X minus Y. So let me just tap it there. We can come in and do all that. And it will work. Let's see how it shows the answers. It has 86, this, that, 2.3, and 8. So these are answers that have been produced. Another thing we can come in and do over here is try to make it more readable, right? When we print out the output. Because you want to know what 86 is, what 34 is. You can come in and introduce text. Let me show you what I mean. We can come in and do it like this. We can come in and introduce some parentheses over there and a comma there, right? So we have some some quotes over there. Then in our quotes we can add in text. These are no longer variables. This is text, right? X plus Y. This is text. So this is going to be displayed as text. It's going to print out this first as well. So this, we can use it to show that we want to show something else, right? We're not just showing text only. We also have something extra I want to show. And over here, this is where we're going to add our X plus our Y. Then we come in and print it there. Oh, I forgot the equal sign. So it will be shown like this. You see, it did the operation over here with X plus Y, because this one we can do operations with this one. But with this one, there was no operation. It just displayed the text as it is. But then this text, we showed it because we want our output to have some meaning and not just the answer. So this is also another way we can elevate our code and show that we understand what's happening and we want it to be displayed correctly or more efficiently. We want the next person to understand what's going on. I also want to remember what's going on when I open up my notebook the next day. So thank you, and I hope you can look around the operations that you can do. You can try doing it in different ways, different methods. You can come in and try it with this one over here. You can just come in and do it like this, or like the previous ones that I had shown that we deleted and all that. Thank you. Bye.